This is a 2010 RDX Turbo. We're doing all four corners, shocks and struts. We're gonna start up front. Let's go. Once you've got your car up on jack stands, you can take the wheels off, but keep the jack handy because you're gonna be using it later. I'm going to start down here. I'm going to remove some of the hoses and wires and things that are going to be in our way when we try to take this strut out. All right, this is the brake hose bracket, 12 millimeters. Pull that off. That was on there pretty tight. Keep this bolt, just put it in the bin. Okay, let's come over to this side. We're going to look at this ABS sensor right down there. Can you see it? It's a 10 millimeter. Let's get that off. And just up from there we've got, this is the bracket for that, and there's a little clip in here. Let's get that clip out. There we go. And we can just pull this wire up and out of this saddle that it's in. Might have to use a little tool to help pry it up. It just pulls straight up. There we go. And the sensor down here, give it a little bit of a twist. See that? Just kind of work it loose and it should come out pretty easy. If you've got a lot of rust, be careful. This thing can break pretty easy. It's just plastic. Now we can come just out this way. We've got the stabilizer link. Let's go ahead and pull that off. I'm hoping the entire stud doesn't spin on me. Oh, that was good. Yeah, it's all right. A little bit of rust there. But it didn't spin, so we were able to pull that off without holding it and doing it by hand. I'm just gonna set this over to the side. Let's go ahead and get those pinch bolts out. I'll move you over here. Remember the direction these bolts go. The bolts go in this way and we've got a nut on this side. Just in case we need to hold it. These nuts are a 22 millimeter. All right, remember when I said you'd want a jack? This is gonna be that time. Let's go ahead and support this control arm from underneath. All right, I've just taken off some of the weight from that control arm, so now we can take the upper nuts off of the strut. Let's fly all the way up here, and I'll set you right there. I love Honda for this. They do this with just about all their cars. They've got this little access panel. Just kind of pull the, make sure you don't lose all these leaves. You're gonna wanna save those. There you go. Pretty easy. Now you have access to all 5 nuts right here. These are a 14 millimeter, and I'm gonna leave this one on there. So let me pull it off. Okay, and now I'm gonna just put it back on just a few threads so this can't like fall down. I'm not ready for it to come out yet. If you lose these nuts, don't worry about it. New ones come with the kit. That's pretty handy. Got a magnet, I'll get the other ones out. I'm gonna use a ratchet to turn it. And then I'm gonna use the wrench to kind of pry it out. What I'm doing right now is I just pulled this out of the knuckle, and I want to make sure the bottom of the strut doesn't touch the CV axle boot. I don't want that ripping. And that's good and loose. Let me go ahead and just finish off this nut up here, and we can pull it off. Going to want to twist it around just a little bit to try and get it out. came out pretty easy. I just rotated the knuckle to get it out the rest of the way. All right, I've got a brand new strut here. This is called a quick strut. This is a Monroe product, but you can find different brands. It comes with the spring pre-installed, brand new hardware, and everything's ready to go. So I recommend doing this because it's a lot easier and you don't have to worry about compressing the spring and potentially getting injured. There's a lot of energy in these things, and if they pop on you, you can get hurt. So let me go ahead and grab the brand new hardware for the top. I'll go ahead and throw it in. All right, I've got all new hardware here. I'm just gonna use one of these nuts to hang it up here, just like when we took it out. Just gonna put it on by hand and then we can work down here. I'm gonna kinda push this up as high as I can get it. Give it a twist and then I can roll the knuckle over. Get it lined up. All right, that's in there. Now I can get those holes lined up. There's a right and a wrong way to do this. I don't think you can mess that up. The pattern is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll show you up there. Okay, just finding the long stud. There it is, finger tight. That's all we need. And then boom, now it's hanging. Let's rotate the knuckle over here just to line it up. And it seems about right. That looks good there. If that hole doesn't exactly line up, just use a little bar and make it line up. I got the bottom one in. Top one should be a lot more easy. Maybe a little tap, tap, tap. Don't beat on it too hard. I'm just kind of encouraging it to go in. All right, I've got the nuts on there. We're going to torque these down. I'm just going to snug these down a bit. All right, I'm going to set this up for 133 foot-pounds. Oh no, I was wrong. This is 122 foot-pounds. I'm glad I printed that out because I would have gone a little bit over, which is not that big a deal. But I've got all the diagrams for this thing, which are key if you want to do a proper repair. Now what I've done, down below I've got a PDF link, so if you want, you can download the entire service manual for this Acura. Anytime you want to repair it, you got wiring diagrams, torque specs, all that stuff is available for download. One download, you keep it forever. Link down in the description. And down below. It's getting pretty sweaty in here. It's Florida, and Florida don't play around. Can't wait for fall and winter to come. Summer's the worst, but after that, absolutely gorgeous weather. All right, let's finish up the torque up top. Okay, here's the rest of the nuts here. Got to be careful to not lose these. These are the new ones. And this is where the 33 came from. It's 33 foot-pounds up here. All right, let's replace the cover, and we're done up top here. Got this brake hose bracket, little 12mm bolt. We're going to torque these all to factory specs after we're done here. All right, here is that speed sensor, the wheel speed sensor. So I'm going to go around here push straight down. There you go. We've got the speed sensor here. Gonna go right down into its hole. Right down here, like that. And we've got this little 10mm bolt to lock it into place. And then this little clip goes back into the strut on the side of it. There you go. No ugga-duggas on this thing. You don't want to break it, it's just plastic, so snug it up in there and we'll be all right. And last but not least, we've got the sway bar end link. Gonna go right into its home, just up here. I'm trying to bend that little joint there. There we go, we got her. A couple of ugga-duggas on the 17 here should do it. There we go. All right, it is time to go over to the back wheel here. Let's get started on that. It's just gonna be a shock absorber. And if you're working on a CRV, it's also a strut back here, so not the same as this. All right, in the back, we've got this little panel right here. Let's go ahead and remove it. We're just gonna pry it from the top like that, and it'll fall right off. It latches at the bottom there. There's a little 14mm, but there at the top of the shaft is a 6-point Allen. We're gonna have to put a Allen bit in there to keep it from turning. I'm using a flexible ratcheting wrench so I can put this on the nut down there and turn it, hopefully. Okay, that is turning. Just try not to hit the carpet too much here. Don't want to leave any marks. That will be covered though by that cover. This is a 5mm Allen. So let's go back to the ratcheting wrench. Got that. You can see how that stud is turning. See it turning there. Well, have a good look at this. This is my snap-on. There you go. That is my snap-on 5mm hex socket. It completely twisted on me. It's way too rusty there, so I've got plan B coming. Okay, plan B, we're gonna remove this piece just so I can see what I'm doing. And I think you get the gist. All right, put on your safety squints. All right, I did get this one cut up and pull it through here now. That was kind of dumb though. Let me show you, I've got a different idea. We're gonna switch on over to the other side. This one here, and I've got a better idea, I think. We're gonna just go full gorilla. Let me show you. Well, I didn't actually need to cut this for what I'm about to do, but I think it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this as tight as I can. All right, we're putting these eagle grips to the test here. I wanna get this as tight as possible, and we'll see if it can hold on to a smooth, chromed surface. That's in there, that's tight. All right, I'm gonna go up top here and use an impact. Hopefully this will work. Let me know what happens. Oh yeah, look at that baby. Didn't slip, awesome. That is fantastic. These are the Eagle Grip pliers. They don't make them anymore. You can still get them. JDTco's got them, made in the USA. I'm a believer. Just a couple of marks right there. Wow. What an awesome tool. That's why, you know, if you spend an extra couple of bucks on something made in the USA, sometimes it really helps out a lot. And that's what the threads look like. They were just super rusty. That nut wasn't gonna come off without a lot of force. You saw what happened when we put the Allen in there. It just twisted it right off. Snap-on tool, but man, it can only take so much. All right, once you got the top of the damper out, should be a piece of cake. Go ahead and remove the lower bolt here. This is a 17mm. And shot comes right out, no problem. This one's a set of Monroe's, also made in the USA. So hopefully they're pretty good. It's got a new hardware kit, so just use this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and position it inside the little control arm here. And we'll get our bolt back in. Okay, I'm going to run this one in, but not all the way. Okay, just got a little bit tight. I'm going to back it off just one ugga-dugga. There you go. See it got loose there? We don't want to tighten this up just yet. We got to get the other end up into the body. This has got a little piece of wire there holding it. Let's get that off. Whoops, went too far. Get that just pushed into the hole. Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh man, did you see me do that? What a rookie move. I told you about the hardware it came with and I didn't even put it on. Okay, metal, then rubber. Oops, rubber goes, yeah, that way. The small hole there. Now we got it. All right. Beauty. We'll cut the rest of this off. I'm gonna blame that on the weather. It's so hot. I can barely think. I've been trying the AC, but can't even keep up with it. It's just so humid in here, it's crazy. All right, same thing up top. We're gonna put the rubbers and the hardware on. All right, rubber and metal on this one. There we go. That nut just barely fits. Now we're gonna squish that rubber down. I've got the torque wrench here set to 21 foot-pounds, and just like they did in the front, this is a 15 millimeter nut. They changed the size on me. It's not turning yet. If it does twist, I'll have to get a tool. It's not though, it's good. It's good, I'm happy about that. Yeah, there it is. Did you hear it? Wait, hold on. Click, there we go. Perfect. And let's go ahead and put the cover back on, make it look all nice and pretty. All right, get your floor jack back here now. I'm gonna go ahead and take this control arm up until it reaches ride height. Now the way you know that it reaches ride height is that it's gonna start taking the weight of the car off the lift. In your case, maybe off jack stands. Okay, now we're gonna go down to 76 foot-pounds. Spirit of 76, that's a good number. Whoop. All right, just gonna torque it, and then we'll have, perfect. The reason why it's up at ride height before I torqued it is because I wanted to make sure that the bushing wasn't going to twist when we put it back at ride height. That would make it rip. So now it's perfect. It'll twist a little when it comes off the ground, but at the most of the time, it's gonna be perfect. All right, the car's on the floor now, so we're ready to go ahead and torque down all the wheel nuts. Then I can take it on a test drive, and then we're gonna have the alignment check just to make sure it's still within spec, because these are new tires and we wanna keep them that way. Remember, in the description, we've got a link for the PDF for the service information for this Acura, so you can do all the maintenance and repairs yourself, and you've got a quick, easy guide to make sure you get it done right. Well, I appreciate you coming out here with me today. It's been hot. It's almost time to go in and cool off. Until next time, thanks for watching.